Hello, welcome to Tarot to a T. Today we're going to read for Scorpio for February 2022. In case you haven't joined me before, I do use a regular deck of cards. There are similarities between this and the way you read traditional tarot decks. But I'm going to put down one card for a recent situation, and a second card for perhaps what you're going through at the moment, current situation, and a projected outcome. However, I always say this, outcomes are not set in stone. What do we got going on for Scorpio for 2022, February? Okay, here is our past situation, here's our current situation. And here is our future potential outcome. For the past situation, we have a Two of Spades. For the current situation, a Four of Hearts, like that. And a potential future outcome, Five of Clubs. Now with the Two of Spades, this talks about balance and harmony. That's the main theme of this card. However, with the spades involved, there's some kind of deception or disharmony going on. You could also be lonely. I hate to say it that way. It sounds very negative. It sounds very sad. There could be some loneliness involved. Definitely some disharmony, though, of some sort. And I'm definitely going to have to clarify that, so we'll ask for a card. What's going on in Scorpio's recent past situation? Why is Scorpio going through some of this seemingly disharmony, loneliness, sense of being disconnected? Five of Spades. Now, fives talk about change. Maybe some kind of change happened recently that kind of set you on this negative outlook on life. I'm sorry. That's not good. Especially with the spades. There's some kind of disruption going on in your life or maybe at work. Some unexpected surprises. I think Scorpio has experienced some kind of unexpected surprise that's kind of brought some sadness and loneliness into their life. Hopefully it wasn't some kind of breakup. There might be something of that going on here. I'm just kind of picking that up. That popped into my head. But I am going to ask for another card, so we can get to the bottom of this. I'm liking this, Scorpio. The Joker. Now with the Jokers, this is a black Joker, or actually it's not black, it's actually black and white, and it's not colorized. There are colored Jokers, and this is the one that's not. What they represent in a traditional tarot deck would be the Fool. Okay, if you're familiar with those. Just to give you kind of a point of reference, it's a youthful energy. It talks about potential, but being naive. Maybe you were duped by somebody. You were naive. To put it bluntly, you were naive in a situation and someone took advantage of you. Maybe you're feeling left out in the cold. Yeah, it caused some disharmony in your life for sure. Some kind of betrayal. Doesn't have to be a major betrayal. Something important to you, though. You know, when people talk about betrayals, I think it's the worst of the worst, like being cheated on, or, I don't know, somebody going behind their back and doing something not in your best interest, something major, like spending a lot of money, for example. But that doesn't have to apply here. Just keep that in mind. But this is your sorry about tongue-tied. This is your recent past, though. What we're looking at right here, though, is much more positive. It talks about stability. And with the hearts, I like to always say this in my readings, or mention, I should say, that hearts talk about the soul and the spirit. So there's some kind of stability you're achieving now after this, which is wonderful to hear, right? You have a strong sense of security. Perhaps you just kind of found yourself again. You know who you are. I think you've gained a sense of how to protect yourself better, and that's leading to some inner happiness and peace. I am going to draw another card, though. Eight of Diamonds. Now, the diamonds are very much like pentacles in traditional tarot, so they're. I like to see diamonds come out just as much as hearts, honestly. This is moving ahead. This is like now that you've achieved this balance here, this harmony with yourself, I feel like you're moving ahead, and that's a very good place to be in, Scorpio. Yeah, this also talks a little bit about some kind of abundance. Doesn't have to be financial, but it could be. You're successful at something. It's just kind of peeking out here. Because I was really worried in this situation, but this is like, okay. So there's a highlight here of your success and your current abundance. Let's clear that up a little bit more, though. I would like to know a little bit more. For sure. Nice. This talks about windfalls. Definite stability. I was going to say success, but stability for sure. Fours, or as I mentioned, a stable card. This is a windfall, but it's also a little bit of a take heed message. Don't overspend. Plan, budget. Plan to invest. Maybe in property. Or you could just open it some kind of account. So far, if I had to summarize what's going on here, I think you were in a situation that put you in a pretty bad spot emotionally. And you reached some kind of balance here within yourself, some inner peace. And forging ahead with where you're at. You're probably focusing more on your financial abundance, maybe your work. You could even be an entrepreneur, like a small business owner. And because of the energy now that you're putting into that, I think it's paying off majorly. So this is one of those life lessons where we could say, yeah, these crappy things happened to me, but because I was able to focus more on my work, I had a big payout. I benefited greatly. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have put this amount of energy in. You see what I mean? You were able to convert this negative energy into a positive and channel it into something that would really benefit you. And you needed that. It looks like you needed that, and that's what's happening more currently. When we look at the future here, this is more change. And strangely enough, this card is also about the need for more change in a major way. Like you're dissatisfied with something in your life. Maybe it's where you live. Maybe you want to relocate. Maybe there was some kind of relationship betrayal here, and now you're just feeling like, you know what? I don't want to live in this apartment anymore. I don't want to live in this town anymore. Maybe not so drastic that you want to move out of the state. It could be. But you need a change. Like you need to get out of some kind of rut. I would suspect it is residue from this situation. I'm going to ask for clarifier on that one, on the potential outcome. Yes, new beginnings. That's what these aces represent here. Again, with the diamonds, we're talking about some kind of business venture or interests in desires for growing your finances, your nest egg. The betrayal could have happened in your work life, in your business life. Yeah. That's why this kind of turned into the financial arena. I do like the other scenario, though, of it's possible for some of you, you just concentrated more on your work. But the fact that we have the card here that's saying you need a major renovation in your life. Something needs to change. There's too much monotony. You need to make a major change. And the Ace of Diamonds is talking about the desire for greater financial success. Now, maybe this situation kind of drained you of some of your finances. It didn't look like it here, though. Let's get another clarifier. Five of Diamonds. Again, changes. And in the financial arena, I think you're going to be changing the way you do business. I think you are in business for yourself or some kind of similar situation. Not necessarily like it's just you. You may work with a group of people. I think you're going to have a new approach, though, because of this new beginning with the Ace. This is like a fresh start. So many diamonds. This has to do with finances. This has to do with success. This situation over here didn't talk about money, but I think ultimately it involves some kind of career or work situation and ultimately your financial success and stability. But you're achieving stability. You're working on that right now. And you're realizing that pretty soon, if you haven't already, that major changes need to take place. And maybe this is what this is. This is like the cocoon of you, put your head down to the grindstone and really, really working hard and realizing, yeah, I could do a lot better if I just made some changes. Maybe you don't know what those changes are yet. But it's coming up for you, Scorpio. I'm going to leave it there. This really sucks, but you're going to end up in a good place. I think ultimately it's actually going to help you. Okay. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you in a couple of weeks. Take care.